Spoštovani predstavniki medijev.
Dear representatives of the media, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the press conference on the occasion of the high-level conference on artificial intelligence entitled From Ambition to Action. The conference is organized by the Slovenian Ministry of Public Administration and the European Commission. My name is Nate Spurin and I'm the presidency spokesperson of the ministry. Maybe in our next EU Council presidency, the conference will be moderated but robust, but this is not the case today. Today we have been joined by the two speakers, the Slovenian Minister of Public Administration, Mr. Boštjan Koritnik, and Mr. Zoran Stančić, a special advisor of the European Commission on digital content. They will summarize the issues discussed at this high-level conference, and afterwards they will be available for your questions. Mr. Minister, the floor is yours. Dear representatives of the media, Mr. Stančić, thank you for joining this press conference. How to approach and guarantee the safety aspect of artificial intelligence use in the EU. These issues will be discussed at Brdo today and tomorrow at this high-level conference on artificial intelligence entitled From Ambition to Action. This conference is organized by the Slovenian Ministry of Public Administration and the European Commission within Slovenian EU Council presidency. This conference is the first official event dedicated to the discussion on the European Artificial Intelligence package adopted in April. The package includes proposals and guidelines on how to develop, uptake, and regulate ethical and trustworthy artificial intelligence in Europe in a human-centric manner. It addresses the question how to guarantee that artificial intelligence is developed and used to the benefit of individuals and the society striving for democratic values, the rule of law, and human rights. The history of research in artificial intelligence in Slovenia extends over 40 years. In this period, students were educated in the field of artificial intelligence, and the individual dimensions of artificial intelligence saw success and failure in terms of popularity and interest. The recent development of certain methods of artificial intelligence, especially deep learning, so methods based on the availability of enhanced computer performance and increasing quantity of data, enabled artificial intelligence to become part of our daily lives. These developments also indicate that we have only just embarked on the path of social transformation. Slovenia intends to be an active participant on this path. Slovenia has a high-performance supercomputer, Vega. Slovenia adopted the National Programme for Artificial Intelligence in May of this year. The program includes comprehensive measures that support innovation and knowledge transfer from research to use, and the measures also support the creation of a dynamic innovation ecosystem. Slovenia gained international recognition and visibility when it established the first international research center on artificial intelligence. The center was established under the auspices of UNESCO. Its objective is to assist states in making use of the possibilities of AI and also to face threats posed by AI, and also it helps countries to attain the sustainable development goals. Slovenia is also the founding member of the Global Partnership on Artificial Intelligence, and this Global Partnership on Artificial Intelligence supports the uptake of ethical and trustworthy AI in real life. And in view of all this, artificial intelligence is one of the priorities of the Slovenian EU Council presidency. And within this framework, Slovenia encourages discussion on how to regulate AI and also the supports the future development in a sustainable manner. And this conference is also a possibility for policymakers and leaders in research, the economy, and the civil society to talk about the open issues. Today, we are faced with uncharted territory in this topic, and only a very broad spectrum of participants in the discussion will lead us to the understanding of the potential effects and of the various decisions for the future. And the conference is focused on various aspects. On the first day, the conference focuses on legislative regulation, promotion of standardization, efficient supervisory mechanism, and the liability of stakeholders. And on the second day, we will discuss the funding of innovation in AI and the promotion of green AI. And by way of conclusion, I would like to thank the team that worked hard to organize this event. Moica Strus from the Information Society Directorate, Claudia Corregia from the International Cooperation Service, Katia Michel-Nagode, the PR Service, the Presidency spokesperson, all of them from the Ministry of Public Administration. Thank you. And now I give the floor to Mr. Stančić.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be here today to take part in the very well organized conference which we have decided to organize together, European Commission and the Ministry of Public Administration of Slovenia. As it has been mentioned earlier by the Minister, today we focused on the discussion on the regulatory framework and opportunities and limitations which we have to address in this process. However, I think it's very important that whenever we talk about artificial intelligence, that we look at the broader picture. And the European Commission has published an approach to the AI in the communication titled Artificial Intelligence for Europe in 2018. And later on in the same year, we have published a coordinated plan on the AI, which has been agreed with the EU member states. Later on in February 2020, we have published a white paper on the AI. And what is very important, that this white paper has been a result not only of the wisdom of specific small number of stakeholders, but more than 1,000 different contributions have been added to when this white paper has been prepared. Later on in April this year, we have published the proposal for the regulatory framework. However, at the same time, we have published a coordinated plan on the AI, an update of the coordinated plan, which has been adopted, as I mentioned earlier, in 2018. Now, I want to focus just briefly on this review of coordinated plan on the AI, because it goes way beyond the regulatory framework. It spells out 4 key sets of proposals. And it also defines concrete actions and funding possibilities on how the Commission, together, of course, with the Member States and private players, can accelerate, act and align to seize opportunities of the AI technologies and facilitate the European approach to the AI will be human-centric, sustainable, secure, inclusive and trustworthy. It specifically includes actions to set up the EU's bilateral and also multilateral efforts in international cooperation to support establishment of the global level playing field for the trustworthy and ethical use of the AI, building notably on a strong transatlantic cooperation, but also through a wider coalition of like-minded countries. To create an EU ecosystem on excellence, the Commission proposes to use Horizon Europe and also DigitalEU to support initiatives focusing, among others, on AI research, skills, uptake and investment. So we are looking at a new public-private partnership on AI, data and robotics, strengthening AI existing facilities, also setting AI testing and experimentation facilities, AI-focused digital innovation hubs, and also scaling up of the European AI on-demand platform. We are also looking at opportunities like equity financing and also support to the public procurement of the AI system through a new program. Now to go back to the conference, it has been a pleasure, Minister, to work with you and your team, and I think we have created an excellent opportunity for exchange of views, which will facilitate that the proper decisions will be made during the Slovenian presidency by the co-legislators, and at the same time facilitate that the European Union will maintain and build up its capacity in the domain of the AI. Thank you very much.
Hvala obema.
Thank you very much. And now it's time for your questions, dear journalists. You may apply to speak by raising hands, and when you're given the floor, please introduce yourself, say which media you're coming from and who is your question addressed to. Please, the floor is yours.
Ne vidim virtualnih rok.
Unfortunately, I cannot see the virtual hands, but please, if you have any questions, please, when you raise your virtual hand, you may take the floor. This is a conference on virtual and artificial intelligence, so I guess there is no question. Thank you all for being with us, and we hope to have a successful conference today and tomorrow. Thank you, and stay safe and healthy.